Lance Russell, Dave Brown, right along ringside. We're ready. Championship wrestling and son of a gun. I like it from that first bout on down, Davey.
We're going to have the Midnight Express in here in the opening match today. We're also going to have Eddie Gilbert and Rick Morton in that opening match. Dutch Mantell will be here against the Invader. The Cuban and Iranian Assassin with Jimmy Hart will be involved in a match. Stan Lane goes against Roy Rogers. Should be a good single match. And superstar Bill Dundee teams with Steve Kern to go against the Dream Machine and Brown Sugar in an expiration of time match.
Golly, I'll tell you what, if that's not something as a payoff with that expiration of time on that kind of a team, I guarantee it's going to be something else. We'll be looking forward to all of it. I guess if we're going to get it in, we better go. We'll be back in just a moment.
In the ring, and we're ready with a one-fall 15-minute time limit match. The whistle blowing courtesy of Norvell Austin of the Midnight Express. Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose, the other two members of the Midnight Express team.
Tell me one thing, where's your fighting champions at, Lance Russell and Dave Brown? We gonna get fired up. We come here fired up, and we ready to fight. We want the fighting champions. Where's your fighting champions? Dundee and Carnes. Tell me what he at.
I'm sure that when you put in enough time that you'll have the match.
We got two boys that's pretty capable up here. We gonna show y'all what it's all about right now, Lance Russell, since your fighting champions ain't out here.
The Midnight Express going against at a total weight of 412 pounds from Lexington, Tennessee, Eddie Gilbert, and from Nashville, Tennessee, Rick Morton. One fall, 15-minute time limit match. The referee is Jerry Calhoun. And we should explain for those that haven't seen the Midnight Express before, there are three of them. Two of them will be wrestling, and Austin looks like will be outside in an advisor-manager role.
Bell time, and here we go. Yeah, Big Dennis Condrey, the biggest of the three. Midnight Express starting out against Rick Morton.
Morton off the ropes. Good shoulder butt. He put Condrey down on the mat, followed with a headlock. Condrey rolled the shoulders down. Nice reversal by Dennis, but he couldn't make it stick. Rick Morton makes the tag, and it's Eddie Gilbert. Again, Condrey went for reversal. Pulling tights that time, referee Jerry Calhoun said, so he did not even begin the count. Morton takes the tag from Eddie Gilbert. Morton steps over. Condrey thought he had himself set. Rick took him to the mat. Morton Gilbert make a tag again.
Randy Rose complaining about something. Now he's got something to complain about.
Eddie Gilbert let him have it when he was in the neighborhood there. Randy Rose starts through the rope. Referee Jerry Calhoun sending him back out on the apron. Meanwhile, in the ring, Dennis Condrey goes for the head scissors. Didn't have much chance to set up on it too well. Eddie Gilbert. Randy Rose after the tag. Hey, whoa, out of the rope. Wow. Eddie Gilbert with the headlock over to the corner, makes the tag on Rick Morton. And Rick goes to work on Randy Rose.
Eddie, we're noting, Dave, still wearing under knee pads. He has that brace on that knee where he had the operation in there, but he seems to be getting by really good, moving well.
Already seen a couple of good moves from him there. Rick Morton got the headlock. Randy Rose on the mat. Whoa, got him. Rick takes him right back down, but Rose goes for the head scissors. Look at Rick. Counter and counter is what you're watching here. One wrestler trying to set the hold, the other one counters, and Rick Morton ends up with a headlock advantage. Tag on Eddie Gilbert. Yeah, I can see that brace right under the right knee pad.
Yeah.
We're 2 minutes and 30 seconds into this one. 2 minutes, 30 seconds gone.
Norvell Austin doing some really vocal cheerleading. Ooh, what a shot from Randy Rose.
Eddie Gilbert hanging back close to the ropes. Here's Randy Rose of the Midnight Express, but look at Eddie Gilbert. He let him have it with a couple of right hands. Makes the tag on Rick. Morton with a drop kick, and Randy Rose hits the mat. Rick immediately goes for the headlock. Backs him into the rope. Whips him across the way. The backdrop. Rick Morton. Suplex by Randy Rose.
Hit hard on his shoulder, too, Dave. That's the way you separate those shoulders.
Condrey in there now. Against Rick Morton. 3.5 minutes gone. Oh, right in the small of the back. Randy Rose's knee as Condrey drove Rick Morton into the corner. Condrey with a forearm across the back. Body slam on Rick Morton. Dennis Condrey follows up. More leg. Cover. 1, 2 count. Rick Morton able to break it at that point. Condrey made the tag. He grabbed Rick, kept him out of the corner, away from the tag on Eddie Gilbert.
Oh, beauty.
Randy Rose sits down on him. Over to the corner, the tag on Dennis Condrey. 4 minutes, 30 seconds into the action. 4.5 minutes gone. Rick through Condrey's legs, over to the corner. Here's Eddie Gilbert. Eddie with a drop kick. Oh, Norvell Austin grabs the rope. Eddie fell through the rope, down onto the floor.
Oh, me.
Austin rammed his head into the turnbuckle, or into the ring post. In the ring, Rick Morton trying to hold off Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey while Eddie is down here on the floor. There he is. Austin ran him right into that ring post.
He sure did. Slammed him right into that ring post, Dave. Referee Jerry Calhoun was in the process, as you said, of trying to keep Rick and Randy Rose separated.
Eddie climbing back up to the apron, grabbed by Condrey by the hair, and pulled into the ring.
He's still seeing those stars. He is not back with it yet. Eddie out on his feet. His head looks like it was busted open when he hit that ring post.
Condrey tagging Rose. Rose up on the rope. Body slam by Condrey on Eddie Gilbert. Rose leaps across the ring, and he got him with that right hand. Rose with the body slam. Goes for the rope.
Rose looks like he's working on the cut that was opened up on that ring post.
Eddie grabbed by Dennis Condrey. Hey, Austin's happy, dancing around the corner down here. Condrey with the right hand. Eddie trying to fight back, but really in no shape to do it.
Connery just pounded on him. He really just slams him down. Eddie a mess.
We're coming up on the 7-minute mark. And Eddie Gilbert in trouble here. Oh.
I would point out they haven't been able to pin him yet, though, as Eddie Gilbert is still fighting back, but he is getting progressively worse.
He's headed for the corner. Rick trying to help out, but Eddie can't make it. Condrey grabs him. 7.5 minutes gone. We're halfway through it. Time limit is 15. 7.5 gone. Eddie Gilbert starting for the corner. Can't find the corner. Leading from the fourth. Ricky in there. He nails Condrey, but off the ropes comes Randy Rose. Eddie swinging at the air.
pure instinct right now because he is some kind of a mess.
All right. Tommy, his dad, comes in, throws in a towel. Tommy Gilbert has thrown in a towel. It's going to be it.
Referee Jerry Calhoun stopping the match at the request of Eddie's dad, who came in and pitched a towel in there. Eddie just was, boy. It's going to be a win for the Midnight Express.
Yeah.
Trying to help Eddie back to the dressing room in there.
Here's Tommy.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say one thing, man. I don't usually butt into Eddie's business because this is a competitive sport. But this, they've got no business. Man, they wouldn't even try to pin him at all. Why didn't they try to put his shoulders down? They had him hurt.
Just kept beating him.
I'm not saying whether it's Eddie because he's mine. I'm talking about Rick or anybody else. They got no business. Jinx like this has got no business in this profession. I'll guarantee you.
Let me tell you one thing. What you doing out here? You weren't signed in that match. What you doing out here, man? What business have you got dipping into the Midnight Express's business? What reason
I'll
have you
dip
got
anywhere
to
I want to whenever there's somebody like this that's concerned where it's
You got a
part of
mama's
me,
baby.
brother.
You got a mama's baby, I see at you. A mama's baby. You got to pat him on the
He
back
ain't
all
no
the time.
mama's baby.
I'll
I'll
tell you what,
something,
if
brother.
you bad,
I'll tell you what.
if you
He's
bad,
as much of a damn man as
if
anybody
you
else around
bad,
here.
if you bad, won't you sign a match? Take your punk kid and sign a contract against me and my men. If you bad, I'll take you. We bad. It ain't nobody bad like us. It ain't nobody bad like us. But we cool. We fuck all the way out. We fuck it. Yeah.
I'd ask you one question. I wonder, like Tommy, why they didn't make an effort to pin him when they had him in there. They just kept pounding on him and pounding on him. Eddie Marlin out to see that we don't have any more of a confrontation than we did have in there. Okay, so the official time, Dave?
8:06.
8:06, and the win goes to the Midnight Express. We've got more action. We're going to be back and see the Dutchman going in just a moment. Okay, we're going to be back in the ring in action on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling in just a moment. Hey, since the particular Championship Wrestling program was taped a few days ago, the promoters have signed for Louisville Tuesday night in the Gardens a match between Tommy Gilbert and the Midnight Express, Norvell Austin, Randy Rose, and Dennis Condrey. It's on the line. Everybody's put their signature to it.
Exactly right. Tommy Gilbert and Eddie Gilbert. We just gave you a little sample, Eddie Gilbert, of what you gonna get, boy, because we gonna go ahead and finish the job that we done started. This is the Midnight Express. We are for real, and we gonna be looking you dead in the face, and it's gonna be all over. You're gonna be sorry you signed against us, baby.
Well, we'll find out. Austin, Rose, and Condrey will be right in there against the Gilberts, and it may be a very personal thing with Tommy and Eddie Gilbert. Here they are. First family, Jimmy Hart and his boys,
You know, I
Cuban
like-
and Iranian assassin.
Sorry, Russell, I didn't mean to talk over you there, but I like personal things. What does it say right there?
Lawler leaves hospital.
And that's exactly what's going to happen to you, Billy Superstar Dundee. You and Dutch Mantell both. I am so tired of people interfering in our matches. You know, I come there each week. We drive the interstates 55 miles an hour like the president wants us to do. We turn the lights out to save energy. We do everything because we are Christian athletes. In my dressing room, there's a sign that says, "Stars shine and teams win." That's what we are, a team, baby. And I promise you, think about this, Dutch. Kern's gone. He was Dundee's partner. Lawler's gone. He was his partner. You're next. And then, Billy Boy, there ain't nowhere to run and nowhere to hide, just like the record, darling. We are ready. I hope you'll be ready.
Obviously, Dundee and Mantell make a formidable team together. Both of them former champions, and they're going to be in there with a little something to settle with all
Well,
your
they
guys.
remind me of Donnie Marie Osmond, Abram Costello. There were a lot of great teams, and I guarantee you they'll go down in the history of one of them, too. That's all I've got to say. We've got to
Jimmy Hart, first family. Cuban and the Iranian assassins. Beautiful Bobby Eaton will be right there. The action will be going Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens, and son of a gun, it just keeps getting rougher. Be there.
One fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing from parts unknown at 197 pounds, the Invader. Going against him from Oil Trough, Texas at 224 pounds, Dutch Mantell. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun the referee.
Dutch stripping off that AWA Southern Heavyweight belt. This, of course, a non-title match. Bill time, and we're off and running. The Dutchman out against the Invader. Invader starts out with a forearm to the midsection. The Dutch answers it back in a hurry. Reverse face lock. Invader down the center of the ring. The Dutchman hanging on to him really tight. Catches him with a forearm across the back. Hooks it. The referee checking to be sure he's not on the throat as he chin locked him. Mantell taking the Invader back with that chin lock and on the rope. Oh, boy. Dutch really rattled him. Referee getting on him about using, hitting on the ropes. Dutch pulls him away. Body slam, and down he goes. Mantell drops with that knee down. Invader now hooked. Dutch was obviously a pretty good favorite coming in there as the Southern Heavyweight champ.
Yeah, and again, in a non-title match, but we don't know that much about the Invader, but we know Dutch Mantell, and back on the ropes there when the referee was warning him a minute ago, that's part of the old Dutch Mantell.
Dirty Dutch.
Yes, indeed.
That's what he was known as. Mantell, the Invader. It's a 1-fall, 15-minute non-title bout. In the corner, the Invader going for the eyes of Dutch. And he gets back a good solid right hand for his effort. But he comes back on the Dutchman, pounding away. Be an awfully good opportunity to further his own cause, but he missed Dutch in the corner. Ooh, Dutch stinging a pretty good right. Follows it up with the upper part of the foot. There's the double clutch from the Dutch. 2, 3, he got him.
Not much trouble here for Dutch Mantell. 2 minutes, 16 seconds the time on it. 2:16, and the Dutchman leaps the top rope. Tag team match coming up here. 1-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Jimmy Hart wandering around the ring. There he is. His team up there in the ring as we are just about set to go. Their total weight, 454 pounds. The Cuban Assassin and the Iranian Assassin. Going against him at a total of 402. From Memphis, Tennessee, Tom Maley. And from Jonesboro, Arkansas, Tim Leonard. 1-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Woogie-doog. Looks like the Cuban Assassin is going to be opening up against Tom Maley for the team of Maley and Leonard. Here we go. Bell time, and we're off and running in a 1-fall, 15-minute tag match.
It's Tom Maley in there against the Cuban.
Haven't seen Tom for a while.
No, it has been a while since he's been here. Young wrestler. His partner, not a veteran either, and Tim Leonard. That's Ali Hassan, the Iranian Assassin. Pointy-toed shoes he's got. Cuban Assassin's knee, and that's where Tom Maley's head ends up. They make a tag, the Cuban back in, right hand to the rib cage. There's a cover. 1. Count of 2. Tom Maley breaks out at the 2 count. He goes after the Cuban. Cuban goes for the tag and gets it. Ali Hassan in there.
You know, Dave, I think it's as important sometime to know when to retreat as it is when to attack. Sometimes you can let your temper make you overexert on it, and that causes problems.
The Cuban backs Maley onto the ropes. He's got a handful of hair. Whip across the ring. Mailey ducks under. Drop kicks the Cuban. Both of them.
Yep.
You have Mailey back in the corner. The Iranian. The doubled right fist. Bailey up in the air, body slam. He gets to the corner, and here is Tim Leonard from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Tim has really looked good, even though he's a youngster. He got the headlock on Ali Hassan, the Iranian assassin. Toe-to-toe there in the center of the ring. The assassin takes him over to the corner, and the Cuban assassin coming in. Oh. Cuban round behind Tim Leonard. Got him with almost a knee drop. Leonard back on his feet, over to the corner, and tags Tom Mailey, the Cuban assassin, tags the Iranian assassin. 3 minutes into the action. 3 minutes gone. Ali Hassan nailing Tom Mailey. Mailey trying to butt his way back over to the corner.
Yeah, he makes it.
He got
tags
the tag.
Leonard.
Here is Timmy Leonard. The Cuban wandering in there with no tag. Tom Mailey runs him back to the corner. Meanwhile, Hassan really got Tim Leonard into the rope. Double clothesline by the assassins and a cover by the Iranian. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be it. The Cuban assassin and the Iranian assassin with their hands raised. Jimmy Hart dances into the ring, stands pointing at Tim Leonard as they get the win. The time on the match, 3 minutes, 48 seconds, 3:48.
Okay, going to be back into it. Got a chance now to give you the entire card, but first I want to tell you all about January 22. Wrestling returning to Winslow, Indiana. Obviously a few weeks off, and we'll have time to talk specifically about the bouts that have been signed. Here's the entire card. Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens, and stay tuned particularly for the last 2 bouts that are coming up here. Openers are going to be Thundercloud and Yamamoto against Nightmare and Speed. Gypsy Joe against Roy Rogers. Sweet Brown Sugar going against Rick McCord. Then it'll be Beautiful Bobby Eaton against Rick Morton. That'll be a dandy single. Listen to this. It's been signed. You saw it earlier today, and you'll know why. And the promoters got them all to agree for Louisville Gardens. The Midnight Express, Dennis Condrey, Randy Rose, Norvell Austin, going against Tommy and Eddie Gilbert with just more than a little grudge to settle. And then the final bout is going to be a grudge match. The Cuban and the Iranian assassins with Jimmy Hart going against Bill Superstar Dundee and Dutch Mantell. Tuesday night in the Gardens.
1 fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing on the left of the screen there with manager Jimmy Hart from Delray Beach, Florida, 218 pounds, Stan Lane. And going against him from Nashville, Tennessee, 217 pounds, Roy Rogers. 1 fall, 15-minute time limit, referee Jerry Calhoun.
Here's a case, Dave. We've got experience against a youthful wrestler. The size is about the same in terms of weight. Roy with a good height advantage. Stan packed up compactly. And he has quite a record behind him. The bell, and here we go. We are seeing on the left in the red tights now on the right. Former U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champ Stan Lane going against young fellow. You saw him start right with his opening bouts, and Stan Lane right away, bam. Referee says, hey, watch the hair. Jimmy Hart out having a few words to say to the fans and to the referee. Stan Lane ties it up, center of the ring. Roy goes for the arm. Nice scissors. Took him down. Goes for a ride on him. Roy back up on his feet. No, the referee got to get a little tired of Hart constantly jabbing at him and making all the inferences and comments that he does make to the referee. Stan caught in the middle of the air. Nice move, Roy Rogers.
Good move by Roy. He had it timed, and when Stan Lane came off the ropes, he had him up in the air. Boy, that brought Hart to his feet.
A couple of months ago, Roy, I don't think, would have been able to execute that as smoothly as he just did. He really is learning very, very well. As he goes along, he gets better. Lane puts Roy down. I tell you better, I did tell him how good a move it was, I believe. Stan Lane with a dandy. Never said he couldn't wrestle. He can. Guarantee you he can go. You better learn something from a match with Lane, because that's all he's going to give you is experience. He will hurt you. He is tough. Over to the rope. Roy Rogers told to back it away, and he does.
We're close to 2.5 minutes gone in this one. Roy, he's got a good twist on that left arm.
Well, we've seen 3 different ways that Roy has had him by the arm, 3 different ways that Stan Lane has gotten out of that particular hole. He's got a variety of them up his sleeves. Big elbow, and down goes Roy Rogers. Stan Lane standing right on top of him, picks him straight up in the air. Hangs him down on the mat, gets a cover of 1. Really, before the 2 count came out, his shoulders were up. Hart's complaint is that he wasn't counting fast enough. Ooh. Lane just dumped him on that top rope. Stan takes a right hand shot to the midsection. Standing side headlock. Uh-oh. Pop down. You see that Lane make that quick move.
3 minutes, 40 seconds gone. Hey, we've got a potential problem developing up there, too. There's a rip right in the middle of the mat.
Good comment, Dave. Roy Rogers almost caught his foot in that. It's right down the seam, it appears, and from the wear and tear, it will get worse. Stan Lane hanging in there with a top wrist lock on the mat. And once again, you can see Hart going with referee Jerry Calhoun, jawing at him, riding him. And Stan Lane doing a pretty good job himself right at the moment of riding. He chin locks Roy and sits right down on his spine. Can't really get the kind of pressure that he wanted to, but he's improving his position. Roy trying to fight him off. Looks like, yeah, he dumped him right through the rope. Over the bottom rope, Roy dumped him when he got a hold of both legs and bumped him forward. Stan back in there and on a reversal into the turnbuckle. Backdrop, and Roy Rogers making his move on Stan Lane. And the young fella, if he can just figure out how to get that finisher on there, he's got a big upset going. Lane pounded down. Rogers covers. He gets a 2 count. Stan Lane in very, very good physical condition. Uh-oh, Roy was bending over for the backdrop, Dave. Lane, too smart, hooked it just enough off the ropes, came around, slammed the elbow, reverse neck breaker, bangs Roy down. This could be it. 2, 3, that's it.
Stan Lane coming through with a win over Roy Rogers. Boy, what a match, though. Roy looking good all the way through. Lane, of course, as we said, fine wrestler. You got to give him that. But Lane does come away with the victory here in 5 minutes, 31 seconds of action. Your official winner, Stan Lane.
If you're...
Those Southern champions in the ring right there, ready for this expiration of time tag team match. Titles are not at stake in this one. Introducing at a total of 491 pounds on the left, from New Orleans, Louisiana, the Dream Machine, and from Union City, Tennessee, Sweet Brown Sugar. Going against him at a total weight of 439 pounds from Australia, Bill Superstar Dundee, and from Tampa, Florida, Steve Kern. Expiration of time match, Jerry Calhoun referee.
Beautiful new AWA Southern Championship tag belts that Bill Dundee and Steve Kern. As a matter of fact, we had the presentation to them just a short time ago here on Championship Wrestling. And it'll be Steve starting out going against the Big Dream, and we're ready for action. Bell time. Here we go.
Dream Machine weighing in at about 270 pounds. He is big. I think you probably know him pretty well. Steve Kern, you know, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of just plain irritation taking place in this match, Dave, because all of the guys, Steve Kern, well, he's with justification. He's hot at Jimmy Hart anyhow over a previous incident. Dundee and Brown Sugar, and of course the Dream Machine just gets a lot of irritation stirred up anytime he's around. He goes in there, hooks that wrist. Look at that, a reversal. He went to a top wrist lock, took him down to the mat. He's complaining to the referee it was masked. From our vantage point here, we could see it clearly was a clean top wrist lock, but Jimmy Hart is up. Again, agitating and agitating. Bill Dundee comes over, takes it over from Steve Kern. What a dandy team this is, Kern, Dundee. Dream Machine tags Brown Sugar. The Sugar, who again, no two ways about it, he is quite an athlete, has tremendous spring steel leg. He and Bill Dundee. Brown Sugar complained about what?
He wants us to tell Dundee to quit pulling his hair.
Yeah, quit pulling his hair. I got that. He didn't pull his hair. He just hit him in the face with a right hand. That's what he did. I don't know what transpired. A bracelet. Oh, I see.
Oh, okay.
Little cuffs that Brown Sugar had on. He took them off.
Yeah, he has his wrist taped, and he had these little decorative cuffs on over him, and he took the cuffs off. Apparently forgot to before the match started.
Dream Machine coming after Dundee, trying to nail him right in the midsection. Billy grabbed the leg, spun him around, put him down.
Even knocked the Dream down, baby.
He got him off his feet anyway.
Yes, he did. Sugar over the top. Billy, beautiful drop kick.
Sweet Brown Sugar's not the only one that can use that drop kick properly, as you just saw.
Referee Jerry Calhoun was trying to get in between Dundee and the Dream as Dream climbed up on the top rope. Dundee started shaking the ropes, and he threw Dream Machine right in the middle of the ring. Bang.
We're 3 minutes into it. First fall action of an expiration of time match.
Oh, boy, look at Kern muscle him. He just flat went on him. Dream coming down the ropes. Steve backs up and away in the corner. Here they go, a circle. Kern, who is always in tremendous shape. Monkey flip. Beautiful. What great execution.
Bill Dundee leading the cheers for his partner Steve Kern over there.
This is not a title match. It is an expiration of time match, though. We've still got plenty of time for great wrestling action. Tag to the superstar. Oh.
Bill surprised Sweet Brown Sugar. He didn't realize that a tag had been made. And as he turned, surprised, and Steve Kern kind of tapped him on the top of the head, too. So, bad couple of moments for Sweet Brown Sugar. 4.5 minutes gone, by the way.
And at the 4.5 minute mark into this first ball of action, Bill Dundee adding a little pain to the fingertips of Sweet Brown Sugar. Hart. And Billy gets caught from behind. There's the advantage of Jimmy Hart. Distraction. Big backdrop. Sugar coming after him. Right hand. Tags the Dream Machine. Dream drops down on Dundee. Catches him with that large arm coming off the ropes on the catapult. Bang. Big body slam. Tag on Sweet Brown, who drops with a leg. You tell Dundee to get up. Be ready, because he'll be up. Brown Sugar trying to rub it in, and there's Dundee. Billy stunned and went to the wrong corner. Another right. Uh-oh, there's Hart. Steve Kern hollering at the referee to keep Hart back in his chair. He said, you do it or I'll do it. There's a headbutt from Brown Sugar. Tag on the Dream Machine. The big guy. Drop kick of his own, and Dundee pitches forward right in the ring, and the Dream just missed the elbow. Billy was able to get out of the way, but he wasn't able to tag Steve Kern. This is the first ball of an expiration of time match.
6.5 minutes into it. What a move by Dundee to get to the corner.
Reverse. Over the top. Uh-oh. Hart grabbed a hold of Kern's leg. Steve Kern just picked him right up, jerked him up into the ring, and the referee says ring the bell, Danny.
Free for all now as Kern grabbed Hart and pulled him into the ring. What did he say?
He was disqualifying Dundee and Steve Kern because he saw Steve jerking Hart up into the ring. He didn't see what preceded that.
He didn't see him grab Steve's leg.
Steve, who is red hot at heart anyhow, as we said, due to a previous incident in there. Steve's got a short fuse now. I will have to say that, and sometimes it'll get away with him. In that particular case, he just had all the heart he was going to have. Hart had been badgering in all of this, and he had told the referee, as we said earlier, you sit him down or I'm going over there and sit him down. Then when he grabbed his foot, that was too much. Steve
pulled him right into the ring.
Time on that first
6
ball.
minutes, 56 seconds.
6 minutes, 56 seconds. First ball of action in an expiration of time match. Talking about action, I'll tell you, Dandy, take a look at this. Billy returns the favor. He missed the tag. The referee said no tag, no tag. So, Ali Hassan and the Cuban Assassin make A more determined bid to unseat the champions, Kern and Dundee. 14 minutes into the action, so we're approaching the 75% time mark. There's a tag. And he's the man that got away, Steve Kern. And here's Guy, Johnny on a spot. Bill Dundee back in there hard. Big drop kick. Cuban Assassin hits the floor hard. Whip. Reverse. Dundee. Oh, no. Billy coming off with a flying press off the turnbuckle. Ali Hassan ducked right under him. Dundee peeled Jerry Calhoun out of there. Hard up on the edge of the ring. And there he comes. Look at that. And Jimmy Hart thrown down. Wow, a brawl. All four of them in. I don't know what's going to happen. Hart. Back in the ring. We'll have to see what the referee calls it. He could either stop it, no contest, or he could disqualify. Disqualification, that's what it is. He saw Hart in there, and strangely enough, that was the second time Hart had been in there. 15-18. Dundee and Kern retain their titles by disqualification. Kern down underneath the ring in front of us. Powder everywhere. I didn't even see it. We were checking the time again to be sure it was right. I suspect Hart. Kern slammed into a ring post. Hart, Cuban and Iranian Assassin jumping on Dundee. Here comes Dutch Mantell. And the Dutchman spreading a little havoc on behalf of Kern and Dundee. Disqualification, Hart, the Cuban and Iranian Assassins. Dundee and Kern the winners, but that's history. The present is that the Cuban and the Iranian Assassins pounding on Mantell and then on Dundee. We've got more action back in a moment. Okay, two very special matches. Louisville Garden Tuesday night. There's a lot of matches going to be there, but one, we told you, the Gilbert Midnight Express match has been signed for the Gardens on Tuesday night, and also there's going to be a grudge match. It's going to be a dandy. Cuban and the Iranian Assassins with Jimmy Hart going against Bill Dundee, Dutch Mantell. Gotta know, you guys are going to be some kind of ready in there, Bill.
That's right, Lance, and I know Tommy and Eddie Gilbert's going to be some kind of ready. That just makes me feel good to know that the promotion gave the Gilberts a crack at that Midnight Express, because they come in here trying to ride roughshod everybody, but they're going to bite off more than they think they're biting off. Now, let me tell you something, Jimmy Hart. You've bit off far more than you can chew, Daddy. You got a mouthful and you can't chew it. Now, you've got them guys all primed up telling them how big and bad they were going to be the Southern Tag Team Champions. Well, they're not the Southern Tag Team Champions. Steve Kern may be out of business for a week or two, but he's coming back, Daddy. Now, talking about man. You know how this guy got his name, Hart? Dirty Dutch Mantell. Do you think he was going around kissing babies and shaking old ladies' hands? Well, he wasn't, Jack. He was being bad and dirty when you was singing in some sleazy nightclub. And when it comes to fighting, when it comes to using a bullwhip, think about it, Hart. He didn't do it all, Daddy, and he might just have it ringside.
Dutchman, you're going to be right there and ready to.
Well, first of all, let me say that
Bill is a personal friend of mine, as is Steve Kearns, and I wish Steve was with us, but he's not going to be with us, so I'm going to take his place. And I'm taking his place with a good partner, Bill Dundee, and there's no love lost between me and Jimmy Hart. Now, I was a member of his family one time, but I left because, Hart, I didn't like the way you operated. And you're going to bring those two men in there, and like Bill said, he's probably told them they're going to be Southern champions, they're going to be this, they're going to be that, they're going to make so much X number of dollars and all this. Well, it's not going to come true, boys, because me and Bill, we've got a score to settle, and we're going to stop you dead on your tracks. And don't think about bringing any kind of belt out, because my bullwhip is not very far behind me at any given moment. All I got to do is reach back right in my bag, and it's always with me. It's never at home. It's always with me. So, Hart, you bring them on, and you step in the ring with me and the Superstar, and we got a big message for you, and we got a big surprise. We're going to stop you dead on your tracks.
Tuesday night.
The stage is set. The fireworks have already exploded.
Oh, you're right about that. And
Steve Kearns jerking Jimmy Hart right back up in the ring. Got him disqualified, but I know there was some satisfaction to it. All right, bell time. Here we go. It's Brown Sugar, Bill Dundee.
that's the way it starts. Yeah, everybody was in the ring there at the end of it. These were the official two that were in the ring, even though it was Kearns that yanked Jimmy Hart up there on the apron. Whoa!
Oh!
And the Dream Machine, greeted by his partner in a rather strange way, drop kicked in the face. Tag made on Steve Kearns by Dundee. Brown Sugar whipped into the rope. Dundee drops him over the back. And Brown Sugar in the wrong corner. He tried to tag Dundee. Dundee tagged him all right. Didn't do him any good. Grabbed him, picked him up in the air, and slammed him again. Kearns with the forearm. Now he takes Sugar's arm, wraps it up behind the back. Into the foot of Bill Dundee.
Hart's still agitating, Dave. That's what led to that and previous things are what led to the disqualification.
Both of them down on the mat. Steve Brown Sugar and Bill Dundee. Sugar gets the tag. Here's Dream Machine. Dream, like him or not, did you see how he went for the tag? He cut Dundee off so that Dundee could not head for the corner. He didn't take the straight line to Bill Dundee. There's a cover. Count of one, but Dundee hangs a boot over the bottom rope. And Hart is up screaming. Undoubtedly screaming about a slow count. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. That boot was over the bottom rope. Woo. Boy, Sweet Brown Sugar firing that right hand at Bill Dundee. Dundee on the mat now. 2 minutes into the action.
We've got less than 2 minutes to go in the action, Dave, on our expiration of time, so... Yeah. And good move, Dundee. Now, both of them coming after him. He's over there with Steve Kearns. That'll at least even it up.
Yeah. It's going to be Steve Kearns and the Dream Machine. Second fall action. First fall went to Dream Machine and Sweet Brown Sugar by disqualification. Oh, boy, Kearns. Over here, nailed Sweet Brown Sugar in the corner.
Watch out for flying bodies.
Yeah. Kearns had to cover. Brown Sugar started in there. Kearns down on the floor, grabs him.
Fine, banging away.
Brown Sugar on the table here by Steve
I can't even
Kearns.
get to the bell to ring it here.
Yeah.
We're going to stop this son of a gun. It's out of time. That's it. Out of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. Well, time is up. Getting out of hand.
Yeah, all right. We're about to get it organized here and get them cleared out. That's all I want to do before we end up with a real mess in here. End up, Dream Machine still horsing around with Superstar Bill Dundee. Yeah. There they go. Finally got it back down. Now, it's going to end up with the time running out like that. It's going to end up going to Brown
Yes,
Sugar.
yes, it is. Dream Machine. Going to get the win here.
On that disqualification, I'm certain that Steve Kern, if he had it to do over again, would do it exactly the same way.
I think he would, too.
Jerking Hart up in there.
I think
Because
so.
Hart grabbed his foot.
Sure.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, we're just reporting it the way it happened. He did get disqualified, so the first one go. Let's take a look at all the action today.
All right, we started today with a Midnight Express against Eddie Gilbert and Rick Morton. Midnight Express won the match. It was the Cuban and Iranian Assassin over Tim Leonard and Tom Maley. Stan Lane defeated Roy Rogers, a super single match, and Stan Lane was the winner in a little over 5 minutes. And Bill Dundee and Steve Kern disqualified in the first fall, so they lose to Dream Machine and Sweet Brown Sugar.
Ooh, what blistering action all the way, right from that opening bout. Just knew it looked like a great show, and by golly, it sure was. Dandy Championship Wrestling, and by golly, I'll tell you the nice thing about it is, right back again next week.
That's right.
Same time. We'll be looking for you. As a matter of fact, we'll be at a regular time next week. See you then. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.